Hi, I'm Mr. Kippy. I can't wait till we can meet again in the library. For right now, though, we're going to do summer reading program online. So that's what we're going to do every week. We're going to tell some stories you know, but we're going to change them up a little bit. Here's another version of Little Red Riding Hood. It's called Look Out, He's Behind You.
I'm going to see my grandmother. Why don't you come too?
That's what she says. Oh, and the book is by Tony Bradman and Margaret Chamberlain. Look Out, He's Behind You. Oh, published by G.P. Putnam's Sons in New York. This is Little Red Riding Hood. This is her grandmother. This is the woodcutter. And this is the Big Bad Wolf. Grr. Little Red Riding Hood is going to see her grandmother. She goes out of the house and down the road.
Look out, Red Riding Hood. He's behind you. Where?
Yum, she looks tasty. She goes around the corner.
Look out, he's behind you. Where?
She can't see me. Over the bridge. Look out, he's behind you.
Where?
I can't wait to gobble her up. Across the village green.
Look out, he's behind you. Where?
The things I do for a meal. That's what he's thinking. He's underwater. And into the dark, dark wood.
Ooh, look out, he's behind you. Where?
It won't be long now. Yummy, yummy. At last, Little Red Riding Hood goes into grandmother's cottage.
Meow, look out, he's behind you. Where? Oh, there, eek!
At last, I'm going to gobble you up. Is this the end for Little Red Riding Hood? Who can save her now?
Help, save me.
Right, look out, Mr. Wolf, he's behind you.
Where? There's no one there. Eek! Stop, you villain! Here are Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother, and here is the woodcutter.
Thank you, Mr. Woodcutter.
That's all right, it was nothing.
Meow, isn't there someone missing? Meow.
Who is missing? Let's see. Where is the big bad wolf? Drat. The end. Here is Sleeping Cutie. He has been asleep for a long time. Maybe someday a princess will think he is cute and rescue him. But it might be a while. Red Riding Hood. This is a story that we act out all the time at story time, but it's going to be a little different today because there are no kids here. So I asked my friend Jenny if she would be Red Riding Hood. They called her Red Riding Hood because she always wore a red riding hood. And Sherry gets to be the grandma and the mom. And I get to be the big bad wolf. Oh, and my friend Preston has a surprise part at the end. Well, Red Riding Hood had a grandmother who was sick. Red Riding Hood's mom was worried about the grandma, so she made a basket of food for Red Riding Hood to take to her grandma.
Take this basket of food to your grandma. She's sick.
Okay.
And don't talk to strangers and stay on the path.
Whatever.
On the way, she meets the wolf, and he says, "Hey, where are you going?"
To my grandma's house. She's sick.
Is there food in there?
Yes.
Don't you think she'd like some flowers too?
That's a good idea.
But it wasn't a good idea, and Red Riding Hood went off the path to pick some flowers. The wolf ran off ahead to the grandma's house.
Little pig, let me in. Let me in.
Who is it?
I'm that girl who's was bringing food to you.
You mean Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh yeah, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Let me in.
Okay.
The wolf went in, and the grandma screamed and hid behind a chair.
Ah!
The wolf quickly dressed up like the grandma and waited for Red Riding Hood. Sure enough, Little Red Riding Hood showed up shortly and knocked on the door. And the wolf said,
Come in.
Red Riding Hood entered the room and looked at her grandma. Her grandma looked very different.
Grandma, what big ears you have.
The better to hear you with.
What big googly eyes you have.
The better to see you with.
What a big nose you have.
The better to smell you with, Stinky.
Excuse me for a minute.
Red Riding Hood stepped out of the house and got on her phone.
Hello, police. I'm here at my grandma's house and something just doesn't seem right. Well, for one thing, my grandma doesn't look like my grandma, and she called me Stinky. My grandma definitely would not do that. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. I won't go back inside the house.
Oh, Little Red.
I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
The police soon showed up.
So where's this wolf?
Right in here.
Okay.
Drat.
You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used in a court
The
of law.
police
against
officer
you.
took the wolf to the county courthouse where he got a fair and speedy trial. He never bothered Red Riding Hood or her grandma ever again. Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack lived with his mother in a very little house in the country. They did not have much money, so one day Jack's mom asked him to sell their cow.
Jack, I want you to go to the market and sell this old cow. We don't have enough money to take care of her properly, and she keeps getting into the garden.
Okay.
And Jack, don't let anyone trick you.
So Jack went to the market to sell his cow. On his way, he met a girl.
If you need money, I have a deal for you.
I do need money.
Well, I will trade you these magic beans for your cow.
Those beans look delicious. Sure, I'll trade.
Well, I wouldn't eat these beans, although I am sure they are delicious. These are magic beans. If you find a sunny spot, plant them about an inch under the soil, water them every day, soon a sprout will pop up out of the soil.
Will beans grow on that vine?
Yes, but they will be magic beans.
Beans sound delicious.
Yes, there will be beans on the vine, but the magic part is that the vine will grow bigger and bigger, taller and taller, and will soon reach the clouds.
Could I climb up there and eat the beans?
You could, but if you climb up the beanstalk, you will reach a giant's castle. In that castle, there is tons of treasure. If you're careful enough, you could grab some of the giant's gold and come down. Then you could buy anything with that gold.
Could I buy more beans?
Yes!
I'll do it. I'll trade the cow for the beans. So Jack walked home with the magic beans. When he finally got home, his mom asked him about the cow.
Jack, did you sell the cow?
No, I traded the cow for some beans. They were magic beans, and this girl said that I could plant them, and they would grow and grow and grow into a giant beanstalk, and then I could climb up the beanstalk, sneak past the giant, and then take some of the giant's gold.
Jack, this story is unbelievable. I'm pretty sure you've been tricked. But go ahead and plant the magic beans and we'll see what happens. Jack, where are the beans?
I ate the beans. They were delicious. end. The Princess and the Frog. Once upon a time, as a beautiful young girl was walking in her garden, she saw a frog who said,
"Kiss me and I will turn into a prince.
What?
Kiss me and I will turn into a prince."
No.
And I guess she just went home. The end. That's it for this week's summer reading program. Even if you don't live in San Patricio County, you should check out your public library. Every public library is offering some kind of summer reading program. We just want you to keep reading. Please keep reading. Don't forget how to read over the summer. I'll see you next week at Summer Reading Program.